When you think of the word civics, what do you think of?
U.S. history in high school, because that's what it was all about. It was about like acting on like the rights that you have as an American, as an Iowan, like the ability to exercise on your beliefs, not only have beliefs, but share them with other people and then really take action on them through your votes.
Any place, person, or thing in particular that also comes to your mind?
This like general presidential election, I had the ability to like vote for president for the first time my entire life. And, you know, I had voted for like school board and like some smaller like local elections, but this time I got to vote here in Ames, you know, and make my decision. And I did it at Perfect Games, like kind of near where I live in West Ames. So like Perfect Games might be that place, right? Like I really got to be a part of something bigger than myself.
People equate civic engagement to just voting, as you were just discussing, but obviously it's much more, including all types of government service. What makes individual roles in government functions so vital to our democracy?
Like on the context of being bigger than just like, or more than just your voting, it's the ability to have like civil conversation about your beliefs. Within politics, like me and my friends have civil conversation all the time. We disagree all the time, but because of civics, we have the ability to disagree. It doesn't ruin our friendship. It only makes it stronger, right? Smaller things matter too. You have the ability to like make impact on like state legislature, who's on your local school board, who's the mayor of your town or city. Then you also get like here at Iowa State University on a little bit smaller scale, the ability to impact, you know, who leads the student body, which I'm running for. So you have the ability to impact like the whole spectrum of influence in our country, both really local, like here at Iowa State University, and then really nationally.
Why should people participate in different levels of government, such as student, local, state, and federal government?
Yeah, a lot of times we think like the big things that impact our life, like our federal government decisions the state's House of Representatives makes or the president makes, but a lot of times the things that really impact our life happen on like a really, really local level, right? Like the ability to have access to public transportation here in Ames is a result of student activism and like the creation of Cyride. And then like that's something that's a really local level that really impacts your day-to-day life. So ability to make a difference in your community, whether it's, you know, on a really national level or a really local level like student government elections.
What do you think prevents people from getting involved?
I think there are a lot of things that prevent people from getting involved. One, just people just don't know about it, right? The ability, like, we talked to some international students here and they're like, well, I'm not a US citizen, so I can't vote, right? But you can vote in student government elections if you're a student here at Iowa State. So there's a lot of things that I think it's the biggest roadblock in people getting involved is thinking that you can't vote or you can't have the knowledge needed to make an accurate decision. We all should have access, you know, the knowledge and information needed to make a decision and go vote.
How can we get students, the community, and the nation more enthusiastic about civics?
I think it's having respectful conversations. Like here at Iowa State, you know, we have this election every year to decide like student body leadership. And generally, you hope most of the time it's a really respectful conversation. It's an exchange of ideas and vision. It's not a disagreement over, you know, jabs about moral character or anything like that. It's just a respectful exchange of ideas. And so I think it needs to continue that way, whether it's here at Iowa State University where we have a rich tradition of a respectful exchange of ideas, or whether you're talking with friends about, you know, politics on a larger level, right? I think it's important to have a respectful conversation about what you think things should look like and hear about what other people think things should look like as well.
What would be most helpful for you to get more involved?
Most helpful for me to get more involved. I think we can always have like a lack of information, right? I think transparency is really key. I see that on like the federal level, like when I went to go like to the ballot box to make my decision for president, right? There are so many different things that job entails you just don't know about, right? There's so many different aspects. And I think here it's the same thing. Like as we started to prepare to run for this position as student body president and vice president, we just had a lot of questions. Like as we started to think about public transportation, we're like, okay, who really funds Cyride? And we had to do a lot of digging, right? And I think the biggest roadblock, I guess, for me is like a lack of information. So we've been digging and digging and digging, trying to find information, and hopefully making that available to others so that they can make an accurate decision about what they believe in.
Any final comments you want to add?
I feel like that AP US history was like a defining moment, and like realizing like that class every single day we had respectful conversation, you know, about, history from 200 years ago or in history today, right? We had respectful dialogue, and I hope that we continue to have that respectful dialogue like I did have in that class, and then also have respectful dialogue about like what's going on here at Iowa State University, changes that have been made at the state and federal level, and hopefully we can just have a respectful exchange of ideas about what we think, the vision for this university should be.
How could people vote for you?
You'll receive an email from the Iowa State University Election Commission that details how to vote, but essentially you just go to a survey and then make your decision on March 4th and 5th. But you can also just type in vote.iastate.edu and make your decision there as well.